A damning report into our drug buying agency has found it's too focused on saving money rather than saving lives.
The interim review says Pharmac has a fortress mentality. Its processes are not patient-centric, and while it talks about equity, there isn't much action on it.
In fact, the review panel is looking at whether racism is at play. Here's political reporter Jenna Lynch.
Lying down in the rain 6 months ago, these protesters begged the government to give Pharmac more money.
We shouldn't have to stand on these steps and argue just for the right to live.
Among them, Fiona Tollich, fighting for so long. Today, a damning report echoing her concerns.
It's our dirty little secret. You know, New Zealand puts itself out on the world stage as being kind, caring, compassionate, empathetic, but we're allowing people to die.
The interim report into Pharmac condemns the agency, saying it has a fortress mentality that permits little transparency. It's not fast enough, saying it appears each funding decision takes as long as it takes. It's increasingly disconnected from other parts of the health system, and Pharmac's processes are not patient-centred.
That's been identified. It's now a matter of record in that report, so now we've got to work up some solutions.
The fortress mentality extended to the review panel, frustration repeatedly voiced about Pharmac's failure to provide them with information too.
This is the first look under the bonnet at Pharmac, our drug buying agency, for more than 25 years.
The panel is keeping an eye on equity for Māori, Pacific and disabled communities, how the potential for racism and ableism play out in Pharmac's work. It says Pharmac talks about equity, but there is little in practice.
Pharmac is a long way from providing fair and equitable outcomes for all New Zealanders.
And cash is a handbrake. Even though Pharmac's budget was excluded from the terms of reference, the review found an excessive focus on containing costs is causing New Zealand to fall behind. Pharmac's cost-saving culture had got so out of hand, it was having a detrimental effect on the health of New Zealanders. It seems that cost is the driving force, not patient need, and Pharmac's fixed budget makes it unnecessarily focused on containing costs.
So they're penny pinching and it's having a detrimental impact on the health of New Zealanders. How can you let that continue?
Look, there's been penny pinching right across our health system that is having an impact on people's health care, not just around pharmaceuticals.
Yes, we do operate under a fixed budget, so we want to get the best out of that budget that we can.
So should then the review have looked at your budget?
Well, that was out of scope of the review.
For patients, and now the panel, nothing about this is a laughing matter.
Yeah, kia ora, Jenna. So could this inquiry have come sooner?
This interim report, so comprehensive, so damaging, shows just how imperative the Pharmac review is. Jacinda Ardern and her government, time and time again, battered away the need for an inquiry. It was only under sustained pressure around last year's election and the threat of lost votes that they finally succumbed to a review. It should not have taken patient advocates years of grief and hardship for this look under the hood. The government is now on notice. It cannot drag the chain in the same way when it comes to actually fixing Pharmac.
Jenna Lynch, thank you.